So, have you ever wondered about a deep, hidden truth that could literally transform how you navigate the absolute hardest days of your life? I mean, what if the secret to surviving life's darkest storms isn't found in some massive, monumental victory, but in something, well, far more subtle, something that's actually really easy to overlook? Welcome to today's Explainer. We're going to be exploring a profound, ancient text that acts as this incredible roadmap for finding genuine peace right in the middle of life's wildest chaos. I am so excited to dig into this material with you because what we're about to uncover is far more shocking and honestly way more comforting than most people realize. So let's just get right into it.
Okay, let's dive into this. I want you to imagine something for a second. You're sitting in a quiet, completely sterile hospital room. Or maybe you're just finally lying in bed at the end of a deeply exhausting day. The phone completely stops buzzing. The world outside just grows silent. The plans you made have suddenly collapsed, and you're left staring face to face with this incredibly high-stakes, existential question. When life throws devastating curveballs, what actually remains? It's a really heavy thought, isn't it? Because when the noise finally fades, we're so often forced to confront the sheer crushing weight of life's sudden challenges.
To answer that huge question, our source material actually points us to a really breathtaking piece of ancient revelation. Just listen to the power in these words. Every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights, who does not change like shifting shadows. That's James chapter 1, verse 17. And look, this isn't just some nice poetic thought. It's presented as an authoritative roadmap. It gives us this profound anchor of stability when absolutely everything else in our lives feels uncertain, shifting, and totally unstable.
To really grasp the power of this text, we first need to look at step 1, the weight of shifting shadows.
You know, when life just feels incredibly unfair, it creates this massive conflict in how we experience our daily lives. Let's be totally honest here and just address a universal vulnerability we all share, okay? When we're overwhelmed, our immediate natural temptation is to focus purely on what's missing. We completely fixate on the shadows. Look at the duality of this. On one side, we've got rushing past life's chaos. I mean, that's our default mode, isn't it? We're frantic. We're constantly putting out fires, just entirely consumed by the struggle. But then on the other side, the text presents a totally different alternative, finding a peaceful pause. It's a stark, almost sensory contrast. It's a difference between the frantic, heart-pounding rush of our daily anxieties and the intentional, radical choice to actually find stillness, kind of like finally feeling a soft breeze on a gentle hillside.
All right, moving right along to step 2, uncovering the perfect gift. So here is the incredible truth we're uncovering today. Simple, seemingly mundane everyday moments, they are actually profound gifts. They're not just random accidents. They are intentional provisions offering you genuine resilience, real purpose, and true hope. The source text reveals that by recognizing these good and perfect gifts, something almost magical happens in our brains and our spirits. Our entire perspective shifts. It moves away from those devastating curveballs and totally locks on to the constant, unmoving blessings provided by a loving Father. It completely shifts us from this fantasy of a perfect, problem-free life right into the reality of discovering genuine joy and quiet peace, right smack in the middle of the mess. It proves on a fundamental level that you are never walking alone.
Let's move to and see how this builds into step 3, debunking naive optimism. Because, right about now you might be thinking, oh, sure, just look on the bright side. But we really need to correct a major, extremely common misconception about gratitude. The practice of gratitude is so often reduced to just mere routine, or it's seen as this weak, Pollyanna way of completely ignoring reality. But our source material absolutely upends that untold story. The text explicitly defines what these moments actually are, steppingstones of faith. This is definitely not naive optimism, guys. It is a literal trail of evidence proving that the source of every good gift is actively traveling right there with you. This isn't about ignoring the storm at all. It's about finding solid rock beneath your feet while the wind is absolutely howling around you. It establishes the authoritative truth that God is an active, unchanging presence. The gifts themselves, they're the literal proof.
And that brings us perfectly to step 4, the stepping stones of faith.
Now, what's really interesting about this is how we are taking some pretty dense theological concepts, like the idea of a Father of heavenly lights who never changes, and restructuring them into digestible, tangible moments we can actually experience every single day. I mean, notice the sheer simplicity of these moments. The laughter of a loved one echoing down the hallway, the warm smile of someone you really care about from across the dinner table, a simple kind word shared by a coworker, or even the totally unexpected kindness of a complete stranger holding a door open for you. These aren't just nice little accidents.
These are your stepping stones. They're the exact footholds that allow you to cross the deep, raging rivers of your absolute most difficult times. The source text really emphasizes that we have to completely rethink these little occurrences. God is described here as an active presence, always giving, always loving. This personifies the divine not as some distant, weathered old man sitting way up in the clouds, but as a brilliant, incredibly active provider standing right next to you. These moments are deeply intentional gifts from an unchanging creator, and they are designed specifically to offer you real comfort and a crucial lifeline during your absolute hardest trials.
So, how exactly do we capture these moments? That's step 5, the art of intentional stillness.
We're going to pivot right now from abstract theology to concrete, actionable, how-to advice for your daily life. Because just knowing this truth, it isn't enough. You actually have to physically practice it. And the very first instruction is incredibly direct. Take a breath. Seriously, you have to stop rushing past your blessings. Right now, wherever you are while listening to this, I want you to literally take a breath. The rushing is blinding you. That constant anxiety is literally keeping you from seeing the stepping stones that are already laid out right at your feet. You just have to pause. And this brilliantly illustrates our next point. Once you pause, you absolutely must savor the gift. Treasuring these simple occurrences entirely transforms our mindset. Think about a new morning, where the bright sun just streams right through your window, or an answered prayer you almost completely forgot you even prayed. When you actively savor these things, you're doing the hard work of rewiring your perspective. You're actually training yourself to be smart about everything you encounter, finally acknowledging the truly profound right inside the perfectly ordinary. Finally, you need to seek with an open heart. I really want to challenge you to actively look for reasons to be grateful today. Don't just sit around and wait for them to hit you over the head. Go on the offensive. Turn this abstract faith into a highly interactive daily habit. Because when you seek with an open heart, you are daring to believe that the Father of Heavenly Lights is actively working in your environment right this very second. Which naturally leads us to our final step. Step 6, choose grace right now. So, the crucial point is this. Tomorrow is simply not promised. The chaotic curveballs of life, they're not going to politely wait for you to be ready. This demands an immediate decision from you. Are you going to continue to focus purely on the shifting shadows, or will you choose to step onto the solid stones of grace? Well, here is your actionable guidance. First, stop rushing right now. Second, identify just one simple gift today. And third, share this message with someone who desperately needs some encouragement. Be a light in the world. And hey, to help us build a real community of resilient learners, make sure you hit subscribe and that notification bell so you never miss an explainer like this. And please share your thoughts down in the comments. We genuinely want to hear what your simple gift was today. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this really provocative thought taken directly from our source's reflection. Read it with me. How can you slow down today and notice the small moments of grace you might otherwise miss? Really let that question sit with you for a bit. Take a good look around. The gifts are already there, coming down from the Father of Heavenly Lights. The stepping stones are waiting for you. It's entirely up to you to take the step. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.